Mr. Stjepo Bartulica from Croatia, who will also share his perspective, his contribution on the GCD right now. I now pass the voice to Mr. Bartulica.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you very well.
Okay, I'm delighted to join you today for this conference, digital conference, and I want to thank Ordo Juris for organizing it. I was only able to hear the remarks of Ms. Huber from the United States, but I want to thank her as well for all the work that was invested in getting this declaration achieved. So I'm here in Zagreb. I serve currently as a member of parliament, but was also very active in civil society. I founded a small conservative think tank called the Center for Renewal of Culture. We've hosted many people that perhaps are part of this network. Stephen Baskerville spoke also at the university where I teach here in Zagreb. So I'm pleased that this network exists. I wanted to just share my experience from Croatia, in particular the marriage referendum that we organized and successfully passed in 2013. I don't know how familiar this group is with the circumstances, but it's an interesting story and shows more or less the situation here. We unfortunately have not signed on to this declaration, our government, which is nominally a center-right government, but it is quite weak, I would say, on these issues, and prefers to take a more neutral or even servile position vis-a-vis Brussels. And so we're fighting to change this. But I wanted to emphasize this referendum because it showed that it's possible to preempt the leftist agenda, which is coming to Croatia, which is here. We wanted to disrupt the narrative that they're selling regarding human rights. So we decided to organize this grassroots initiative and force a hostile socialist government at the time to hold this referendum, which passed with a 2/3 majority. So it was a great victory for our side, pro-family side. But the lesson from all of this is, it's twofold. You can succeed, and it's possible to rally the population for our beliefs. It's possible. The youth were very engaged. I would say in Croatia, it's not like in the United States where the millennials are quite socially liberal. Here, many people I know who are a part of that generation are more conservative than their parents. So that's the good news. The bad news is that despite this success, since then, Croatia has not been bold in allying with countries like Hungary and Poland on these issues, unfortunately. So I represent a new conservative party, which is much more outspoken on these issues, and we're trying to move this agenda forward. I would just like to say that you have an ally here in Croatia, in me, in this party, which is called the Homeland Movement. It was recently created last year, and we fared quite well in these elections. So we're the third largest group now in parliament. And but there's much work to be done, especially on forming and moving public opinion. This is really a critical issue, I would say. We can't expect to just achieve political victories without investing time and hard work, persevering in educating the next generation and moving public opinion, which is still in Croatia, I would say, there's still common sense on these issues. People understand the importance of the family and marriage. They're not, very enthusiastic about gender ideology and this kind of thing. But the politicians, despite that, are very aggressive and pushing this, mainly because they see it as an imperative, in Brussels. And so they lack, I would say, in comparing Croatia to Poland or Hungary, they lack certainly this self-confidence that other governments have in pushing back against the mainstream opinion in the European Union. So I would say there's much work to do, and once this awful Corona situation subsides and we get back to normal, I would be very keen in meeting you all in person so we can strategize. People are watching closely what is happening in Hungary and Poland. I know there's great pressure on your governments, but if you persevere and stay strong, it sends a very, very powerful message to other countries that it's possible to defend these positions at the highest level. So I just want to encourage you to keep fighting, and I think this declaration is certainly a point where we can rally around and continue to collaborate. So I'm open to any questions if you may have them. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this strong